What is up, you guys? My name is Marcellus, and right now it is 8:27 in the morning. I pretty much stayed up all night playing Madden and watching 2 hours of one of the best adaptations from anime to live action that I've ever seen. That is right, I am talking about Rurouni Kenshin, the live action movie. Now, today I'll be bringing you just a brief summary and what I've liked, disliked, thoughts on the characters, pretty much my thoughts on the whole movie. Um, Again, I highly suggest you watch this. It does compact a good amount of episodes into one movie, which is 2 hours. And although it does take some characters and put them in different scenarios than what we see in the anime, you do have to remember this is a live action movie. They do have to make the flow, better than anime because they don't have all day and different. They can't take that amount of time that the anime took to develop the characters. So first thing I want to say is that the first thing I want to talk about is the differences from the anime and the live action movie. In the anime, we get Yahiko with a bandit of thugs, I believe. And if I do make mistakes, pardon me because I haven't watched the anime in about a couple months. Um, we get Yahiko with a band, like a group of thugs, and we have Kenshin go into that place and get Yahiko out and then bring him back to the dojo. In this movie, we already have Yahiko being a part of the dojo. We get introduced to him after Kenshin, I believe. No, we get introduced to him before thugs raid the dojo in the movie. Um, that's a different, another difference from the anime. Thugs never raid the dojo in the movie. And let's see what else we have. In the anime, we have different characters that surround the mansion. Uh, Takeda Mansion, I think his name is. We have one very loyal subject with a mask, but in this movie, it's really cool because we get a different character that uses multiple different weapons. So I would really suggest you watch that movie because of this. Anybody who's a fan of the anime, I do suggest this movie to you. It's again great. And I hardly use that word for live action movies, but since Americans didn't produce this, it is great. Um, let's see what else we have. We have I wrote down some notes because it was a long movie, and yeah. Another thing we have is that we have Janae go into a police station, and I'm not gonna give all the scenes away, but he pretty much causes super havoc in this movie. And like, if you think this movie is gonna be lighthearted with not a lot of blood, you're sadly mistaken because it's a quite a bit amount of blood in this movie, and it's quite graphic. So if you're watching it with somebody else that's not of the appropriate age and you don't want to scar, watch it by yourself. Another thing I liked in the movie is that we do get Saito versus Kenshin early on after he's released out of the jail cell. So yeah, man, that was great because we see that Kenshin refuses to pull out his sword. Another thing that you would expect is if you're expecting a lot of the main things to go down in the first hour or so in the movie, I wouldn't suggest you watch this because it does take some time to see some of your favorite moments. For example, the part where Kenshin fights Janae at the that's at the end. But what I do like is that they actually do use some of the moves from the anime, uh, and they incorporate them into the movie. Like when Janae like puts his sword behind his back and then grabs it and stabs Kenshin. Like that was fucking epic because I do remember seeing that in the anime. Another thing I do like is that it seems like Janae was doing his best to like fucking be to like actually kill Kenshin. He wasn't like trying to wait until the end where Kenshin finally decided, oh yeah, I'm gonna be Batusai now. Like he was actually fighting for real. Janae was fighting for real. He wasn't toying around with Kenshin. Another thing I do like about this movie, and I'm gonna keep listing things I do like, is hardly anything I dislike about this movie. Um, we do see a difference between Kenshin and, Batusai and, part Batusai. Because when Kenshin gets serious, shit goes down, man. Like, you don't see him. You see him toying around because at first I was wondering, like, why is he losing to this dude? Like, he was actually competing with this dude. Now it's like, man, he should be a little bit more powerful than this. And then I see him fucking put his sword down, and then he doesn't even have to like wield his sword the correct way. He just has his sword down. Another thing I was looking out for, which I'm kind of disappointed in, this is one of the dislikes. I was looking forward to some hidden Mitsurugi styles earlier in the movie. I do think we get one, but we get the Batu Jutsu at the end, which is one of my favorite things from any kind of anime, is when Kenshin finally decides put his sword back in his thing and it, do the Batu thing. But we get that at the end of the movie. I'm not gonna spoil any more for you. I'm trying not to. I also like the acting. The whole Sanosuke acting was great to me because it does capture his silliness and his seriousness at the same time. Like where they take a break when Sanosuke is in the mansion and he's taking a break from fighting, and he's eating and drinking. We that is some comedy, and if you're expecting comedy early on in the movie, I told you, like I said before, everything seems to come on at the end. Like we do get a really good action scenes all throughout the movie, but the comedy is toward the end. I laughed really hard when like Kenshin and Sanosuke were like giving up, and like they just came from behind the door. You could tell Kenshin is adapted greatly from the anime to the movie because you do see his goofy side and then you do see Batu side. Now, what I would like to say about Saito is that this dude is epic in this movie. Like, I think whoever they picked to like play this dude is perfect because his hair is slicked back. I mean, he fucking beat Kenshin up in the rain. Like, he didn't physically, like, I'm not gonna say he beat Kenshin, but he intimidated Kenshin in the rain. If I'm correct, he was there when 10 years ago when Kenshin took the vow never to kill again, and he's seeing what Batusai can do. And towards the end, where we see him walking in the mansion, that is pretty fucking epic. Another thing I want to say is that this video should be pretty long. It's probably going to be my longest video because it's the first time I reviewed a movie. What else do I want to say? Oh, they do show how Kenshin got his scar in the movie, which they never do in the anime. I believe, and they do show parts of what was content of the OVAs where we see how Kenshin got his scar. We don't see how Kenshin got his second scar, and if you haven't seen the anime, I'm not going to say it. But we do see how he got his first scar, and I think we all know how that happened. And that's like pretty much it. We at the end we see Batusai come out, and it's just like the anime Janae versus Kenshin. Again, it followed the anime great. I would love to see a sequel to this movie, man. Keep the cast, capture, because they did great with compacting a certain amount of episodes into this one movie. So keep the cast, pick a different storyline. Maybe I would like to see Cho versus Kenshin in the next movie. Just capture that scene, and then I would like to see a third movie. I think they should break this down into threes. Another movie is like, getting to Shishio, and then the third movie is, fighting Shishio. And the after tales, maybe you can see some more footage from the OVAs and the content from the OVAs. But again, everybody, please check this movie out. I didn't have to download it. I'll leave the link in the description. You don't have to download this. You can just go here and watch it. It is subbed. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like it. If you've seen this movie already, comment. And if you love Rurouni Kenshin, just comment, man. And subscribe to see more movie reviews from me and other reviews. And yeah, peace out.